Hi y'all, I'm Mike Iverson, Regional Sales Manager with OTC-Daihen. Today we're going to show you a few features of the new Welbee II welding power source, including features like the Advanced Welding Guide, Constant Penetration, and Wave Pulse that will help you get the best possible weld settings for efficiency and quality of your welds. One thing unique to the OTC Welbee II power source is a feature called constant penetration that compensates for varying tip to work distance during welding. With Welbee II constant penetration mode turned on, as tip to work distance changes, amperage will remain the same. With constant penetration turned off, welding current dropped from 180 to 117 amps as my tip to work distance increased. Constant penetration is turned on by pushing this button on the top right of the Welbee II. With constant penetration turned on, even though my tip to work distance was increasing, welding current stayed very close to 180 amps that the machine was set at. This is a video focusing on aluminum wave pulse. So we have two different welds, one made with a frequency of 3 Hertz, one made with a frequency of 1.5 Hertz. Gives us the ability to tailor the finished weld to give us the appearance that we are looking for. One feature that's new to the Welbee II is the built-in welding monitor. After every weld is made, it displays the welding time, the total welding time of the machine, the heat input of the last weld, the total wire consumption, the current on the drive motor, and the total number of welds that have been made with the Welbee. The weld monitor data is also available from the menu button on the front panel. Simply push the menu button, scroll down to Weld Monitor, press Enter, and it'll tell you information like how many welds have been made, how many pounds of welding wire have been utilized, and the total number of arc hours that have been used. It also has the ability to set alarms and errors to monitor the welding current, and when welding current varies by more than a specified amount, it will either send an alarm to the operator or stop welding. One thing unique to the Welbee II is how we condition the end of the weld wire after each weld to ensure consistent arc starts each and every time. No need to trim the ball off the end of your weld wire. A lot of welding machines have a purge button, but when the gas flow meter is mounted remotely, it is hard to utilize that to set your gas flow. With the Welbee II, we have a gas check button that allows us to turn on the gas. The gas will stay on for 2 minutes to allow you time to go and set your gas flow. Have you ever run out of weld wire and then you have to load new weld wire into the machine, and so you put the new spool on the wire feeder and then you have to get the wire run all the way through your weld gun? What do? Most of the time, people end up pulling the trigger. Unfortunately, this is a very slow process. It takes forever for the weld wire to get through the gun, and it also creates a live contact situation. One way around that is to change your wire feed speed settings so that your wire feeds through the gun faster. But then it changes your weld settings. On the Welbee II, we have the ability to increase wire feed speed for inching without changing the weld parameters. Let me show you how that works. On the Welbee II, we have our inching button. When I push the inching button, I have the ability to then increase the wire feed speed to allow for faster feeding of the wire through the gun. You'll notice when I let go of the inching button, my wire feed speed settings are exactly what they were before I changed the wire feed speed settings. One thing that's unique to the Welbee II power source is the ability to load and save up to 100 different jobs in memory. In order to access that, we push the menu button, and then I can select Load Job, and the job number starts flashing. As I cycle through this, it gives me a preview of what is saved in memory. I have the ability then to load the job by pushing Enter and Enter to load my job from memory. You can do that up to 100 jobs. One thing that OTC is known for is our ability to weld aluminum and feed it through our 13-foot gun without having a push-pull gun. I can push our inching button and feed aluminum without any problems right through our gun. One new feature on the Welbee II is our built-in advanced welding guide that allows you to easily select your welding parameters based upon your joint type and material thickness. To access that from the home screen, scroll all the way to the bottom to Welding Guide and press Enter. Here we can select the material thickness, and you notice as I change my material thickness, my weld settings are automatically changing. One of the great features about the Welbee II power source is that it is one machine that allows you to weld all materials in your shop. You can select mild steel, metal core wire, austenitic stainless steel, ferritic stainless steel. You can do braze welding with copper silicon or copper aluminum wire. You can select soft aluminum or hard aluminum, or even Inconel. One machine to weld all materials in your shop. Thanks for taking time to watch this demo. I hope you enjoyed it. Find out more about the OTC-Daihen Welbee II on our Welbee Buyer's Guide or by reaching out to OTC-Daihen.